Some surprising news in the transfer portal today. As it turns out, LSU linebacker Demario Tolan has decided to move on. This is a player that most figured would be a pretty prominent member of the linebacking core next season. Of course, Micah Baskerville moves on. Mike Jones has said that his time in Baton Rouge is done. Colby Fields into the transfer portal. So you're losing a lot of guys there. You've got Greg Penn coming back. You've got Harold Perkins, who was obviously a star as a freshman, and he was playing a lot of jack. Maybe he moves inside. That's kind of the idea. If they had West Weeks is a transfer from Virginia that you've brought in. Got a couple in this class with Whit Weeks and Christian Brathwaite. But you've got a depth issue at linebacker. If you're talking about a linebacking core that has Greg Penn, Wes Weeks, Harold Perkins, Whit Weeks, Christian Brathwaite, that's only 5 guys. That's not enough. I got to think that they're going to look very long and hard in the transfer portal and try to find someone to come in and provide some depth. I think Penn was a good player this year. He got a lot of playing time. Was he perfect? No. Was he as good as Baskerville? No. But he's got another year to grow and develop. Harold Perkins is a star, and those 2 guys have proven they can play at this level. Wes Weeks did not get a lot of time this year on the defensive side of the ball. He played some special teams, but he did play pretty well for Virginia 2 years ago. So, well, I guess last year. It'll be 2 years ago once you play again. So, Whit Weeks is an early enrollee, so he's going to come in the spring, and that's kind of goes back to what I was talking about in my open yesterday. You don't want to count on freshmen everywhere. Obviously, that's not the idea. But in 1994, there's just no way you would have had 2 freshmen playing left tackle and a freshman being your most impactful defensive player that closed a couple of games for you. Like, that just wasn't an option. High school kids weren't ready to play college football. That's changing with high school strength and conditioning programs, with early enrollees that get a 9-month head start. It helps. So there was once upon a time, it's been a little bit, but there was once upon a time where you couldn't even suggest that a freshman was going to jump in there and help. But hopefully Whit Weeks and Christian Brathwaite can, and they can add some depth. But still, 5's not enough. So you're going to have to go and get a transfer. There was clearly something up because Demario Tolan did not play in the bowl game in his hometown. And you could probably see the writing on the wall there. So it doesn't feel like this is one that's going to be, yo-yo where they enter the transfer and come right back. Feels like he's probably going to move on. And that's disappointing because you really think that he was going to factor in next year in a pretty significant way. And turns out that's not the case. So off this linebacking group, you got Micah Baskerville gone, you got Mike Jones gone, you got Colby Fields gone, and now Demario Tolan gone. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that have left. So you're going to have to backfill that with a transfer here or there. There should be some playing time available if they can get ahead of the transfer portal and make that happen. Hey, thanks so much for watching the Hunt Palmer Show on YouTube. If you don't mind, throw us a like right below and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.